Hey, Matt Green here, and last week was a really productive week. We got a lot of things done, just like every other week that we're working. And it was New Year's last week, so it was a little bit of a short week. We had Friday off, so it was just a 4-day week. But everybody was really busy, productive, got a lot of projects done. Things are really flying. We had a ton of move-ins on our leasing side of things for move-ins. So we had, I think it was over 7 units people were moving into for the first, which is kind of unusual because usually it's like quieter and not as many people are leasing because it's the winter months, because this is kind of the slow months. So we had those 7 leases move in, and it was a lot of work to get done. A lot of them were renovations, so those were huge projects where we spent around $15,000 per unit to get everything done with the appliances, the HVAC, and all the items that had to be done, such as flooring, paint, kitchens, countertops, bathroom fixtures. So it's a huge punch list that had to be done. It's hundreds and hundreds of items on multiple units that had to be done. So it worked out really well. It was a busy week, and it was crunch time for everybody, but we got it all done, and that's a lot of revenue coming in too, just having all those rented. And with our team, I think everything's really tightened up and everybody's moving more efficiently and quickly. So it's going to generate more revenue, and what's really good about it is it's going to help us grow faster, because the quicker you can get renovations done and get new people leasing the units, then the faster you can move to the next unit, and then the faster you can move on to the next project. So I think that's something that you should look into when you're working on projects, is how can I get this done as quickly and efficiently completed as possible, because that's going to help you move to the next steps and get things done a lot faster. So I think looking at some of those components, and sometimes you have to really open up the whole picture and look at all the details that you're doing so that you can make things more efficient. Like some of the adjustments that we're making are putting some of the installs in sooner than we used to do them later on in the process, but that helps us cut time off, because maybe one of our contractors has to install a countertop and they're 2 weeks out, but if we get that kitchen in sooner than later, then we can shorten that time frame for the time that the actual install goes in and then the install of the countertop. So the sooner you do that, you can shorten your timeline up. So I think you got to look at a lot of those types of things in all aspects of your business, whether it's accounting or renovations or leasing or raising capital or buying deals. You have to look at your process to see how you can shorten the time frame up to complete it quicker, and that's going to be the strategy that's going to help you grow a lot faster. And you're going to start seeing that you're shaving time and cutting things down in half, which is going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money, because if you can cut your timelines down, you're paying less money to complete a unit and a renovation. The quicker you can get it done, the less money it's going to cost, because you're not going to have to pay people more capital and more money to work on it longer. There's going to be more revenue coming in, so your vacancy is going to diminish. So there's a lot of pluses to making your process more efficient. So I think that's something that every business has to look into to make it more successful. So that was one of the big things that we worked on. Our new construction is coming along really well on some of our projects that we're working on ground up, and our framing is done, so we're working on all the interior finishes right now, which is perfect because it's winter time now and it's really difficult to frame buildings outside. Like today we had a really snowy day, so the framers wouldn't have been able to frame a building and put roof sheeting on and all these different things, because it would have been too cold and too hard to work with all the snow coming down and on the ground. So it's perfect time that we finished it like a week ago. So now we're just working on the insides, which really the only thing you have to control is the temperature. It's a little bit colder. We don't have heat inside the buildings, but that's not too big of a deal because you can dress warm and everybody can get their job done. But so we're excited for that. We're hoping to lease in the next few months for the first building. So I think those are going to go really quickly. But the process there is going really well. We're just making really good headway. And this is the second and third time that we've done this type of building that we're building on the site. So we sort of know the whole setup and the issues that are going to arise before we get to them, so we can sort of diffuse them and solve all the problems before they actually come up. So this project's gone really, really smooth since we've done the building in the past, which is nice. So all that's going really good. Leases are going well. We've got even the future ones. We've got people that have just moved out. The units, are just emptied out. We haven't even started taking them apart yet, and our office has already got them all leased. So things are moving along really, really good. So we're just trying to tighten our whole system up and build our team more so that things get done quicker and more efficiently. So yeah, it's just a big grind of getting a lot of stuff done. So it's been really, really good. And now that it's a fresh year, we're able to, sort of just take a look at how we've done things in the past and try to adapt and make things stronger. So I think investing in real estate is just one of the best ways that you can build up your cash flow, passive income, and really grow your wealth long term. So it's just a matter of finding that first deal. You have to get into deals where you can start underwriting them, touring them. When I first started investing, I was always looking at deals and always figuring out in my head how they're going to work, looking at spreadsheets and underwriting formulas to figure out the best way to do it. And I even launched my own underwriting formula because there was a specific process and a specific result that I was trying to accomplish on every investment, which was the best return on investment that, possible based on what we invest and purchase the property for, plus any of the acquisition plus construction costs that we have to put into the property. And so it's just figuring out what that total cost is and what the new value is going to be at the end of the whole project, through forcing the appreciation and increasing the rents after you invest more money into the property. And once you start underwriting those deals and figuring out the process and your model of how it's going to work, then that's how you're going to get to the next level. And that's going to help you pick up speed, because once you have your model and you plug in every single deal that you see and you tour, then the deal's either going to fit or it's not going to fit. And if it doesn't fit, you're going to move on. And if it does fit, you're going to put a bid in to try and acquire the property. So once you have that formula and you can, bid or move on and then just keep going and looking at deals every single day, then that's how you're going to start building a very large portfolio of real estate. And if the deals are good and your formula is accurate and it really works, then you're going to make a lot of money long term. So it's just a matter of time, once you have that system in place, that you're going to start acquiring lots of properties and build a lot of success out of it. So you just got to jump in, get going on it. Don't be afraid to buy a deal. At first you might be nervous because you've never done it before and you have a little bit of anxiety about it. But if you think about it, depending on the size of the deal, it's probably not that big of a deal. I mean, you can sort of, a smaller deal, you can sort of, say a 4-unit, you can get into the deal, kind of figure it out. You're going to learn along the way. There's definitely going to be mistakes that you make, but as long as you figure out those mistakes quickly and fail as fast as you can and just learn from all your little mistakes, that's how you're going to get better and be stronger on the next deal. Maybe you don't make a ton of money on the first deal. You just kind of get your process down and your system going. But once you get that first deal and your system down, your next, second, third, fourth, and fifth deals are going to be a lot easier and a lot more profitable. So so been pretty productive and good week. So it's just getting into the market, getting some deals together, and managing your process and making it as efficient as possible, and then you're going to make a lot more money.